Howdy folks, welcome back to Railroader. You'll never guess what we're doing today. We're working the sawmill. Yep. It's I think it's day 16. Yeah, day 16. Bright and early, we got a new cut of cars in, and then we're going to order some log cars once I get those out of the way. And yeah, it's just another day on the railroad. So let's get to work. Hop in the loco here. So I think first order of business is to get the log train on its way out of here because it's all empty. And then we'll swap the L2 cut. We'll leave the L3 cut there, and then when I go up later today, I'll take the extra cars up. The plan is to get duplicates of the L3 and L1 cars bought today. So let's get to it. You are all set. Get him rolling. The sawmill is about a little over half full, so they got plenty of logs right now. And we've got 2 days of 100%. I always forget which. Is it this button? No. This button? No. One of these buttons. Is it the, yeah, it's the little building. 2 days of 100% performance, so we're looking good there. That being said, our overall is down a little bit just because the passenger equipment condition is down to 95%. I guess they really start complaining if it's below like 100% very much. So might have to look at servicing those every 3 or 4 days. I'm not sure. But it's not too big of a deal. We're still over 100% overall. All right, he's doing his thing. I should probably fill him up before we send him upstream. You gonna stop there? All right, let's just go ahead and stop you. I can show you how awkward it is to build this thing. All right, I'll just go ahead and put you on manual. I'm going to bring you on back here. The old water spout. You could probably make it, but I don't want to take any chances. Flip that open. It's kind of the opposite of the most locos. The water's up front. So you can see it goes down inside the locomotive because it's so tall. It's a little goofy, but whatever. I'm going to get him filled up with water and coal and then get him sent up the Connelly Branch. Then we'll start working number 2 here. And we've just got the usual cut of cars. Then on the back end, we got a couple for Stenzel. We got actually one for Holyfield today, and then one going out to Ella. So pretty standard stuff. But once he's out of the way, we'll start pulling cars, put new ones in there. You know the routine. See you in a bit. Alrighty, number 3 is headed out for the Connelly Branch, and we're going to get number 2 fired up here over there, start pulling those cars out. And then today, I know I talked about in the last video, splitting up the box cars and flat cars. I'm recording this before that one just went live, so FYI, I often have to record a bunch of these together on the weekend, and then they get released throughout the week. So I can't always take your comments and feedback into account when I'm recording, just FYI. I'm going to do the old switcheroo here when we put the new cars in. Like I talked about in the last video with the box cars by the platform and the flat cars by the shed. That's still the plan. Let him work his way over there and we'll grab those. And I will see you in a bit. Number 3 is working the whistle. Okay, we got all the cars. Going to pull them out. There's only 7 of them. We should fit on the lead. Yesterday afternoon in game, I pulled out some that were ready. So we didn't have to do multiple pulls this morning. Because there were, I don't remember how many cars there were here. Like 11 or 10 or something like that. There were a lot of cars. So since I pulled some of those off yesterday evening in game, we can get all of them out. And over here. So I'm going to have him pull right over in here, and then he can escape on the runaround track. Or actually, he'll probably just go down and needs to hook up to here anyway, so I can have him come all the way down here, and then they're ready to head out. So we'll put that there. Let Al do his thing. Get a little bit of action here as he heads up the grade. We got a lot to do today, though, so I'm not going to show every little switch move on this video. Also, I've got to get the passenger train set. I'll do that while he's moving this train. So I could show that. So really what I need to do is go to cruise and passenger train. And then he's the first train of the day. 11 West heads out at 8 o'clock. Zoom out here. We can see he's setting at Whittier. He needs to go down to Ella. So let me get that queued up. Make sure I've got number 1 selected. Then we're going to drop him a waypoint down here. And then he should say, yeah, timetable, depart Whittier at 8 o'clock. So he is all set now for the 8 o'clock departure. I guess I should show the new timetable. I reworked the timetable. So we've got basically a morning train, a noon train, and an evening train. So 11 goes out at 8, comes back at 9 o'clock as number 12. Then at 11 o'clock, 13 goes out, comes back at noon as number 14. And then, of course, 5 o'clock, 15 heads out, comes back. 6 o'clock is number 16. I got to keep that schedule in mind as I work the industries. The first one's taken care of, though. 8 o'clock's good to go. See, people are just starting to board, even though it's 7:20. We've got a few people in here getting ready to start their day. All right, we'll let him head on down, and then we'll be picking up this new string, getting it set out. All right, as number 2 is doing his thing, we got number 3 up here on the Connelly Branch. Need to get it taken care of. So let's throw on a handbrake. And for now, we're just going to set these empties over here, much like we did in the last video. Set those over there. And we'll take the L3 cars over, get them serviced. Do the old swapperoo here on the L2 track. And then if we passed L1 here, these cars are ready to go. So we'll bring those down along with the L2 cars. And then we'll be making another trip up here later today, and we'll bring the other empties up that we're going to buy. I haven't bought those yet. So it's a busy day here on the East Whittier Logging Company. Lots going on. Okay, we just need to hook up and shove these back in there. So it's a little tricky. I like these shots where you have the same perspective and then the train does stuff on the screen. It's a little tricky to do that. So I'm in the like overhead view, and I now need to hook up the cars and tell it where to go and stuff. So I do that from the first person view. So if I hit my 1 key, hop back up here in first person. So then I run around in first person and do stuff. In case you were curious about how the sausage is made. And let's turn this back on. We don't have any brakes on, so we're good there. And the tricky bit is I have to tell it where to go and then quickly hop back to the other camera. So I'm going to do waypoint there and then hop back in. And we get our nice continuous tracking shot, or not tracking shot, but static shot. And that is how the sausage is made. And there we are, cars delivered. Everybody is where they should be. Excellent. Throw on a handbrake. Pop that guy loose. Get him headed over here where he should be going. So I'll do the little swapperoo here. We need to get back down to number 2. I'm actually going to tell 3 to go here. He'll be queued up. So let's go back over to number 2. We're just hopping all around here. So number 2 I've got pulled up here. I need him a little further, I think, because we're pulling off. Yeah, we're pulling off that car. So I need him to come up about another 2 car lengths. I was just guessing on where I needed him to stop. So 1, 2, about 2 car lengths-ish. Something like that ought to do. Then I'm going to do the usual where I pull these cars off, stick them on the logging track. I'm going to set these cars out. And interestingly, today we only have 1 flat car. So my little plan of putting the boxcars here might just get completely blown out of the water. Usually it's a nice mix. Nope, today it's almost all boxcars. I think the game heard me plotting a new move. It's like, you know what, well, let's throw him a curveball. All right, pull you off. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 cars-ish, so put you about right there. Shouldn't need a handbrake, but I always feel better with a handbrake on. The cars are sitting there. And then we got all kinds of stuff on here. Yeah, we're going to fill up both those tracks for sure. That is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 cars. So we have to put 5 each basically over here. So my little plan is just right out the window. We can't do that plan. That's okay. Plans change. So I'm going to do a little shuffling here, and then we'll get the car set out. All right, I'm just going to peel off 5 here since we can't fit everybody in. So we'll just peel off 5. So I'll do that. Apply that handbrake. Make sure I got that where I expected it to be. So we're going to put 5 in that track and 5 in this track. Then in there somewhere, we're going to put gondolas over here. Got 3 gondolas coming in. Inching towards 8 o'clock. 3 has arrived at the waypoint. All right. Okay, we're going to leave Al doing that, and we'll get up here with Al on number 3. Al, he gets around. He's got places to be. So we need to get him connected up on the old brake lines. both spots. Knock off these handbrakes. And then I need to get used to like where the cars need to go. Say there-ish. We look, that peels down over to here, so probably need to be about there maybe. We'll try that. Pull that down, stick the log cars here, push the empties in, and then we'll head down branch with the logs and pick up the logs at L1. Meanwhile, back down at the sawmill. Leave that cut right there. Now this is one. This is going to be 5. This is 8. I think these might fit. We'll see what Al thinks. I don't think any of these are the big long cars, right? Yeah, that's a 42 footer. So I think I can get 8 of the 40 footers in here. If not, we'll leave the gondolas and we'll do those separate. So if we look, we can get, yeah, we're at tier 5. These things are going to be stuffed full. We can get probably 2 more 40 footers on each track. So that would be a total of 12? No, 14. That's 5. So probably 14 cars here. Definitely can only do 3 gondolas on the wood chip track. It's going to get interesting at tier 5. And we're nearly there. We are at, this will be the 3rd day of performance. Then we should be able to go up to tier 5 tomorrow. Or, select tier 5 tomorrow. All right, knock off the handbrake. Give me some air. And then Al will tell me if he thinks this is possible. So if I tell him to go here. Yeah, he thinks it's going to get done. So we'll let him do that. Like number 3 is coming to a stop. So let's bounce back up to the Connelly Branch. Yep, I eyeballed that just about right. So let's set a handbrake. Pop you off. Over there on the track. Might be best to set 2 of these handbrakes. Just in case. It is a little bit of a grade here. I can test my cars drifting downhill thing. So if we dump the air, then we bleed all these cars. Should have done this with the engine hooked up. Would have been easier. Let's release the brakes. Now, before they patched it, a lot of times, if the train wasn't moving, you could release the handbrakes and it would just sit there. That is no longer the case. Physics immediately takes over. All right, cool. So that is tested. Number 3 making all kinds of noise. Dude's chugging along. Looks like he's getting ready to come to a stop. These log cars in here. Perfect. On 2 handbrakes. You didn't see some of the early episodes. I used to just put on 1 handbrake, and then they changed something with the physics. I ended up with this cut of cars rolling all the way down the branch and over to Whittier. so I put on 2 handbrakes now. Learned my lesson. All right, we'll send him over, and we're going to bounce right back down to number 2. So this is the busy life here of the conductor, engineer, brakeman. All right, those are all in the catchment area. Beautiful. You can come over here. Be ready to head on down the line. We got another 18 minutes. No. 16 minutes till the... I can do math. 16 minutes till the first passenger train of the day rolls out. All right, how are we looking at number 3? He is accelerating. Be hooking up to that. Got here pretty quick. Yep, all right, let's bop over here. Lock off the handbrakes. I'm going to set him back up to track speed of 25. And then I'm going to get him started on down the line. And I'm going to tell him, come over here and grab these cars. And since I want the short cars in the log drop off first, I'm just going to tell him to grab this. We will have to push that cut uphill. But number 3 is powerful enough I could do it. It was a struggle with the G16 Mogul to do that, which is why I'd usually stop the train here, bring the engine in, and then I end up with the short cars next to the engine, which is not what we want down at the sawmill. So he'll cruise down there. He'll hook up to that and be good to go. Back over to number 2, who just made some money dropping off some cars. Okay, that's that taken care of. We just need to grab these cars and head on down the line, get out of the way, because number 3 is going to be coming down here pretty soon. And then we have the cars all picked up, so let's go ahead and buy. We need another 12 log cars, so we need a 7 cut and a 5 cut. Let's go to the skeleton cars. 12 of those bad boys. Got plenty of money. Go. Then we'll get the colors and all the destinations and stuff set once we get an engine hooked up and get them split apart the way they need to be. That'll be easier. Okay, he's setting up the line. He's got plenty of coal and water to head out on his excursion out of East Whittier. Always good to double check that. And we got number 3 screaming down the line. Cool. Making good progress. So I'm just thinking through my switching moves at Whittier. They do block it correctly. It does work. That's cool. He's going to be on the main, so we'll go ahead and set him up to main speed. Lock off that handbrake. Get him sent on down the line. I like setting temporary so they just at least get moving. We're supposed to reset those switches. They may have been in a state. Wasn't quite right. All right, we'll have him come down here. We look on the passengers. About half full. Yeah, I think after today, I'm probably going to turn the timetable back off. I don't know. You can just make so much more money without the timetable. But we'll see what they are when it actually heads out. All right, do we have any pickups in Whittier? We should have some from Stenzel. Actually, the one in the middle isn't ready yet. So we'll have a little bit of switching around to do there. All right, number 3 has arrived, so let's get him headed to the logging camp. Or not the logging camp. Headed to the sawmill. Ooh, I only set one handbrake there, but I think this is, yeah, this is level here, so it's not as critical. All right, number 3. You need to come down here. You have number 3 selected. Pop. And then number 2 should be out of his way by the time he gets down here. He is chugging along. 35 is probably overkill. We'll keep him at 25 because he's just going to stop up there. All right, we'll let the trains run. We'll do a little bit of switch and puzzle up here at Whittier. See you in a bit. Here we are over here at Whittier, and you can see number 3 coming through with a whole bunch of logs in the background. So what we got here? Let's pull this on. I think the first thing would be to stick Holyfield over there. And we can come around, grab the 2 from Stenzel, come down here, grab these 2 Stenzels, shove them back in. And then we just have the Ella car, which we can pull off, run around, head down to Ella, come back. So I think that's my plan. I'm sure somebody has a better plan because, you know, if you want to know how to do something right, just check the YouTube comments. That's how that works. So let's break this apart. Throw a handbrake on there. Knock him back down to 15. And we'll say, come over here. And what are these? He's almost empty. Well, we'll do the swapperoo when we pick up, I guess. Could do the swapperoo now, but 749 gallons left, so he probably won't be done today, but probably tomorrow we'll be picking up that car. And we're getting 6 minutes away from leaving the station, and we're still only about half full on the big cars. I think just from a sheer profit perspective, I'm going to go back to no timetable. I do like the auto assign function. That'll be especially handy when we're running between Ella and Silva. Yeah, we're going to have 1, 2, 3 more stops in there. So that will be handy. You can just run back and forth. Be a lot less fiddly. Alrighty, nothing too exciting. We're just going to drop this car off, so I'm going to put a brake in here. Number 3 is at the Sawmill, so he's done for a while. And this is going to be a little fiddly because I basically got to pull this off, grab this car, shove this car back in. A little bit fiddly, but it is what it is. We'll throw a handbrake on you. Q off. Some air on there. So this car that needs to stay in there, we'll stick him down here. Getting cars all over the place. What I have done is I'll actually push one of these cars. If you push it over here, it'll coast. You can do a little bit of gravity switching as well. We'll do it with the engine. So I'm going to, stick him there, grab this other car, grab that car again. Grab those 2 cars, shove all 3 back up in here. And then head to Ella. But I don't know if I really need to show Ella. This video is probably going on long enough. We get that done and we'll wrap it up. Passenger train is off. Just a little over half full on the big cars. And I got quite the conglomeration here. But the idea is this is the car we pulled out of there that's not done yet. So we'll have it on the outside because it's probably going to be done first. And then we'll come down and grab these guys. So these 2 cars and then that one that we already pulled out will go back in Stenzel. Hope that makes sense. So like that, that's what I meant. We got the 3 here at Stenzel. Drop those off. And then what I'll do is these will just sit here in Whittier, and then the engine and the Ella will head on down. But we got to wait till the passenger train comes back. So I'm going to have number 2 drop those cars, these 2 cars off here. And then it'll wait over here on the passing standing basically. Number 1 just got to Ella. And we'll wrap up the video by getting the new logging cars sorted out. I've got number 2. Or sorry, number 3 is on its way over to get hooked up to those guys. I think if I put the waypoint here. Oh no, he's back. Okay, so that's where the front of the train's going to be. So we'll do that. Nope, now he's coming back. Okay, so I guess it depends on where you put it. I want those 2 cars sitting right there, so that should work. I can bring it back a little further. If you didn't know, if you have the tab key on, it'll show you where the auto engineer is going. Sometimes it doesn't show up the first time. It just hit tab again, and it'll usually show up. You should be normally that way. Make sure we're cleaned up here. So I could just let him sit there. Where is number 3? Number 3 looks like he's closing in. Yep, he got all the way down here, and he's going to go up and hook on to the new log cars. So we get that hooked up, and then we'll sort out the log cars. Okay, here we are. All hooked up. So I want 5 and 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I counted right, that's 5 cars. We just back that up just a bit because we're going to have to recouple anyway. So back you up. So that is the 5. So that will be going to L1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I can count, so that is good. We're going to come over here to equipment. And I'm going to actually just do operations first. So we're going to unload at the sawmill. We're going to load at L1. Perfect. We're going to go to customize. And I actually don't remember what color the L1 cars are. They're in orange, right? Customize. So if we look here, they are FFAA. All right, cool. Those. Flying all over the place. All right, we'll bring that up. Equipment, customize. Going to be FFAA00. Perfect. And then I think the lettering was just white. Copy to coupled. What I should have done is set those and then pull that off. That would have been the smart thing to do. Let me redo that. There we go. Now the smart thing to do is this way. So let's do operations. They will load logs at L3. So copy to coupled. And then all these, I want to cycle the waybill. Doesn't seem to be cycling for some reason. Cycle? Coupled? Nope. Cycle? Flip this car's waybill. On those, it's coupled to. Oh, I forgot to do copy to coupled. There we go. All right. Flip this one. Not flipping it for some reason. There it goes. All right. Button's a little weird because it's like half off the screen. Okay, so that sets all those up for L3. I want to pull off. So L3 is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars. Now we have our 5 cars. If I can count, which I probably can't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. And then now we can do L1. Copy all those. Cycle the waybill. Have it flip. Come on. There we go. So now we got L1 and L3. Now L1, sorry, L3 is the yellow color. So let me pop up there and see what color that is. Whee! Equipment and customize. You are FFEE. All right, cool. Close that out. Back down to here. Use that to EE. And copy. There we go. So now we have our other set of L1s and our other set of L. And I did that. No, I did that right. L1 is... I did the colors backwards. I'll swap those. It's been a long enough video. You get the idea. So now we have a set for L1, L2, and L3. Got a spare set. So hopefully we're ready for Tier 5. I think we'll be able to make it. It's just going to be really busy. Thanks as always for watching, folks. I will catch you in the next video. Take care. Ta-da!